Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading video. We have the usual 3 piles to choose from, pile 1A, 2B, and 3C. I am using these additional indicators for your pile. We have a blue jay feather. This is one that I have found. I found this last year in the summer. And then we have a 7 chakra pyramid. Crystal pyramid, or just, chakra pyramid. Sorry, I don't know how well I'm showing it on frame. And then we have, let's put this back. We have this, which is just a clear quartz point. I think this might have been the one that I used when I first got Reiki certified, the one that was given to me. I don't know how well I was showing the blue jay feather on screen, so now I'm gonna look. See a blue jay? One of the feathers on the wings. Okay, but I'm actually really excited for this pick a card because, it's about your happy fairy tale ending. Now with this, the intention is that this is something that will be attainable. This is the way that, how do I want to explain? The best case scenario. Yeah, there we go. Your fairy tale ending is basically Spirit's way of saying this is the best case scenario that we are going to provide you for your life. And we'll be looking at multiple different areas. So these cards are from the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards deck. Isn't this so beautiful? This is beautiful too. So this is mainly going to deal with money, maybe even property or material goods in general. And then we have the Romance Angel Oracle cards that we'll be pulling from if we have time. Butterfly Oracle cards for life changes. We have the May North Botanical Oracle deck. I'm going to try to get to all these. We'll see, though. And then for the tarot deck, we'll be using the Dark Crystal Tarot deck and guidebook all across. So it's very good vibes that we have here because this is best case scenario. So it should be full of positive stuff and just, guidance to help you achieve these things. If you need some more time to figure out which stack you're most drawn to, you can pause the video now. If you're drawn to more than one stack, you can listen to more than one stack, and maybe there's bits and pieces from certain stacks that resonate. So it's combining those together. As a reminder, everything I talk about and discuss in this video is for entertainment purposes only and cannot be stated as fact. All right, let's get into it. Hello 1A, welcome to your pick a card reading. You're part of the pick a card reading video. We have the blue jay feather right up here, and we have gratitude list. It says counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. So I think for your financial situation, for your fairy tale ending financial aspect of it will be, I think you'll actually have quite a bit of things to be grateful for. But a caveat to that is that I think you'll always be wanting more, wishing you had more. And I feel for a lot of you, this comes from a place of lack in terms of maybe growing up you didn't have much. So it very much gives the vibes of, I don't even want to say interior design styles, maximalism is a design. For some of you that could resonate, but I just get the sense that you always want more. It isn't just about material things, although that's part of it, or assets such as a home or more than one car. It's also money. And I think with this too, it's about having, I think a lot of you, there's an importance being placed upon having a lot of friends as well. But here's the thing, you'll be able to get all these amazing things in life. That's part of your fairy tale ending. It's meant for you to have money, to have assets, to have these things. But Spirit doesn't want for you to, you'll have friends, but Spirit doesn't want for you to only focus on having more. They want for you to be grateful for all that you do end up receiving, because there is a lot coming through here. So you will be blessed financially, you will be blessed I just keep hearing materially as well. So this could also be like there's a family heirloom or a family like home, and you are given that once a parent or a grandparent passes away. And so then you don't have to worry about paying mortgage on a home or a plot of land or a farm. Something like that is coming through as well, where I don't think a lot of you realize how lucky you are in that sense. So be grateful for the things you're also granted because of your family's wealth or your family's standing. And that doesn't mean you don't deserve it, but that's part of practicing gratitude. Like, oh, I'm grateful that I'm able to have this opportunity, this land, this financial abundance because of way of family or because of almost like, again, that just doesn't mean you don't work hard in life, but I feel like you're also just very lucky, like right place, right time, and you make good maybe business or friend connections. I see you being able to be lucky in that sense, where that helps you to be more abundant in terms of, yeah, just your overall abundance versus other people who have to work harder and don't necessarily get the opportunities that you get. So just be grateful for those things that are coming through here. I don't know what I'm gonna do for each stack. I feel like drawing. I feel like drawing from this one first, the May North Oracle deck. Do I? No. I want to, but I'm gonna pull from this next because next is about romance. If we could get some information for romance, and I feel like we'll have to pull a couple of cards here for you all. This is one. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I think a lot of you probably don't have a romantic partner right now, or maybe you struggle with having a long-term partnership. Maybe there's a lot of breakups and stuff, but I just feel like for a lot of you, top one? Yeah. Wedding. I've never actually even pulled this card. I don't even think I've ever pulled this card either. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So yeah, if you're not already married, this is indicating, and for some people, like for me, I don't even know if I ever want to get married one day, but I still would like a long-term monogamous partner. Whatever your specific situation is, whether it leads to like a wedding, being married, or just a long-term partnership, whether it's monogamous or non-monogamous, I think a lot of you are more so monogamous. I get that vibe, but if not, this still is a message for you, where you will end up in a long-term partnership. So if you're not in it right now, Spirit is saying to be optimistic. There is like the one is meant for you, or yeah, your person will be and is coming through. And I actually don't feel like if you're waiting for this person to come through that it will be too much longer. So just stay patient, be grateful for what you already have. But yeah, things are looking just really positive. I've never pulled either of these cards, and they're both so beautiful. That's great to see this. So your person's coming. Your soulmate energy type person is coming. And they will be with you, like, in this home that I'm envisioning with you, even if you end up moving. Like, I just see them being with you for the long haul. So no need to worry there. Then the May North deck. I feel like we might pull with the Blue Jay card. I will say Blue Jay as well. Blue Jays are known to be kind of mean, but that doesn't mean you have to be mean, but Blue Jays are also known to be very intelligent. I feel like you could be very like intelligent, smart people as well. So here's just a card. I was gonna say, I thought we were gonna pull a blue or like a bluish, purplish type of flower. So I'm glad oh wait, what does this say? Sorry, all these are moving. Stay. Iris. 'Cause I think this is the flower I was thinking of too, specifically. And there's like some blue on here too with the purple. It says Iris, wisdom, valor, courage, messages from spirit. Your courage will see you through and look for spirit signs for reassurance. So I think something that's really important for you in life is that excuse me, I came out of nowhere. I feel like what will help get you through this is a confirmation from what I was saying earlier. It's not just your luck. a lot of what you will accomplish in life is because you will have, it's very Aries Gemini mix energy, where you won't be afraid to go for something. You won't be afraid to, like, if you have your mind set on something, I see you working very hard and making sure that that becomes a reality. And your unwillingness to give up is what will help you to be able to find that person, right? Once you put the energy into it. Also, yeah, messages from spirit. I feel like you're very divinely protected and divinely guided. So if you just feel the sudden urge to do something, I think a lot of you are already really good at just jumping on that opportunity, jumping on that and riding that intuitive wave to bring you to where you're next meant to be. So spirit is saying to keep doing that, to do things that, even if it's unexpected, to not be afraid to do something when you feel that pull, and to have courage in doing so. And then next we have the Butterfly Oracle cards for life changes. I love this deck so much. This is my first ever Oracle deck I ever owned. Let's pull. I feel like there's one main card, but I think we'll just pull 2 cards. Might as well. Well, there's a lot of blue, indigo, and purple energies for you all. So working on those upper chakras could be helpful. I'm not going to look at that yet. For their fairytale ending. But yeah, I think the more you are willing to take risks and the more you're willing to have courage, the more your dream life will unfold. Because it won't happen from you just sitting there doing nothing, right? So I see you being actionable, like actually doing things, moving around. Oh, Axel, that's not for you to eat, honey. Sorry, y'all, I'm gonna have to move my feather for right now because I don't want him to eat that. Oh, don't come up here, honey. No, you don't have to come up here. Oh, great. You're silly. I hope he does not come up here. No, honey. I think he just can't. Oh, stop it. There's also, with my cat doing all his shenanigans. That's a key word for you all, too, I think, is shenanigans. Sorry, is this in frame? Good enough. It's like you'll be getting up to a bunch of different things. I think it's this top card. Decisions. Yeah, so a lot of making the correct decisions will get you to where you need to be. Gracefully aging. For some reason, I thought this was going to pull up for you all. Gracefully aging. But it feels like this is indicative of you just living a long, happy life and a healthy life. I see you having a predominantly overall healthy life, even into your old age. And I see, so if that's a concern you have, by the way, for like other people in your life who haven't had that, I wouldn't worry about that. And then decisions. Yeah, there's very much this cunning, not in a bad way, just this very cunning, confident energy about you where you will immediately know what you need to do. The decisions you make, like, they have impact, they are important, but you don't have to worry about them because you, as long as you trust your intuition, you will be making the right choice. And so with guidance from spirit, like, there's nothing you can't accomplish is what I'm hearing. There's just a lot of important decisions you'll have to make, a lot of big, like, I'm hearing adult decisions you'll have to make that are crucial, that have a lot of weight to them. But it also, I think, a lot of the times won't even feel like that because you'd be like, I already know what's going to happen. I know what's meant for me. So this is just the energy of, you know what it is you need to do. So have the courage to do that. And you're just meant to live a long, happy, healthy life. This is so beautiful. I hope, Brittney, if I'm watching this from the future, I hope this is my stack. I don't know what the other ones have in store, but this one for the happy ending is looking kind of good. And then when I took the cards out, I was drawn to the bottom of the deck, but I don't know. There's just something to consider for advice, is what I'm hearing. Four of Pentacles in reverse. With this, I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, I'm hearing just don't overwork yourself too much. Also, this card, Four of Pentacles in reverse, can say, like, don't focus too much on the material things or else you'll miss out on other things. So a lot of the decisions you make will deal with the monetary, material world. But Spirit is saying don't just go based off of that. Go, and like also with love too, don't just marry because the other person's rich. You can do what you want, but I get the sense that you shouldn't just do that. There's more to love. Maybe in the past you've only dated people who are on that kind of caliber where you want them to make a certain amount of money, have a certain type of job. And Spirit's like there's so much more than that. Stay optimistic and maybe even like alter your decision making a bit in that. So that's just some advice they wanted me to say for you all. Don't overwork yourself, though. It's a very important thing. If you actually want to enjoy this long life that you are being given, then actually enjoy it. Okay. I feel like there's a lot in past lives you have been through to get you to this point as well. So interesting. Yeah, there's a lot you've been through in life to get you to this point already. There's just other cards. Also, with me pulling these cards, it's very much the energy of, we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse. And I feel like I'm hearing you keep your cards close to your chest. And I think that can be a good thing because it's like not everybody needs to know your every move. And then we have the Seven of Wands upright. Now I'm hearing it's always gonna be an uphill battle. I'm always gonna want to make it move. Hannah Montana. Also, I'm hearing another piece of like advice specifically Spirit has. Okay, this is the Ten of Swords, I believe, in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like the advice is to not overfill your plate. I think with keeping your cards close to your chest, it will be hard for you to form and maintain relationships with people. So I see you only having a very close-knit group, keeping cards close to the chest. Yes. So I see you having a very close-knit group of people. I think it will be hard for people to understand you as well. It's like you don't want everybody to know about your plan. You don't want for people to ruin your plans. So I think you'll have a small, close-knit group of people in your life. And I think I'm also seeing that you'll be very protective of them. Like, you'll just be very protective of your dream life in general. Like, this is what it reminds me of. You don't have to directly relate to this, but I'm saying this because imagery I'm getting. I have OCD, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you have OCD or, like, tendency, or even, like, ADHD, neurodivergency in some way. Because there's an energy of once you have your mind set on something, then you are going to keep at it. Like, that energy is still showing up here, and it reminds me too of my OCD, where it's once you have your mind set on something, you're gonna go for it. So that's why it can be hard for you to have these external relationships, and you'll only have a small, close-knit group of people around you. And I think too, what Spirit is saying, in order for you to help reach your dream life, you should be a realist. And I think you already are. It's like, this is indicating to me hard work pays off, like money talks. What's another phrase that's trying to come through? Well, what I mean by money talks is like, yeah, you're motivated by money. You're not motivated by people as much as you're motivated by money, by things. Like, that's how you kind of determine your life, is through these means, not as much the relationships you have. But I will say, of course, it's still important to have relationships, but for you, I think you're completely fine not having many relationships with people. So what I'm hearing is to mainly keep doing what you're doing. Maybe make some alterations in your decision-making process, but your hard work is going to pay off. And I'm hearing determined, because I'm also getting the Chariot with this. And it's like, you're just determined. You're going to keep going until you get what you want. Even if that means you have to limit your encounters with others. And I want to say unfortunately, but I just get the sense that for a lot of you, you're okay with that. It's like you will have a lot, but yet in terms of relationships, like all kinds of relationships, you're okay with the bare minimum. So that's part of your dream life. You don't need to have a bunch of people. It reminds me too of like those witches in the forest in ancient folklore, and they don't need much. They just are with nature and the animals. That's in a way how you are. Like, you're okay with just having what you have, not really sharing it much, except for, you know, your romantic partner. Hopefully you share stuff. So maybe that's something here too, is a warning sign. Like, make sure you don't completely keep everything to yourself. It's okay to be generous with the people you care about and love. But ultimately, I see you having a lot and being okay with just having these things to yourself. So pop off. Yeah, this is looking good though. This is your dream life. I hope you enjoyed this video 1A. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if there are any updates you would like to provide for us all. You can I already said that. You can check out my other timeless pick a card reading videos on my channel, as well as my collective readings. You can check out any of my ASMR channels or my other socials linked down below in the video description. Thank you so much again, and take care. Bye-bye. Hello 2B, and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. Here we have savings. This is about your financial situation in the future, for your dream life or your happy fairy tale ending. It says savings, or I was going to say also material goods. So savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So I see you having quite a bit in your future in terms of finances and like material goods, especially there's like a lot of you maybe don't want to, I'm hearing you don't want to rent forever. So, but okay, I will say this. If you live in a place where you rent, especially an apartment, I see you being in that apartment or in other apartments for quite a while until you, yes. So, okay, part of your happy fairy tale ending specifically relates, I think, to your home. So Spirit is saying you want to have a home that resonates with you, that's locationally where you'd like it to be, where once you retire, you can be there. Or maybe this is a home. No, I get this is the sense that you'll be older, but this is a home you'll have before retirement. In this home, Spirit doesn't want for you to just settle for any home. They want for you to really save up money so that you can have the home of your dreams, and that is meant for you. You aren't meant to just rent forever. You're meant to have a home. I don't see it being very big. I'm going to say that. I don't see it being very big, but I see you being able to afford it, and I see it still like matching all of your criteria. I think a lot of you don't really need a lot. You just want enough. And there's certain things you want to, like, here's the thing. Maybe you'll have a home that's not super big, but you'll fill it with a lot of cool stuff. That's what I'm hearing, cool stuff. So if you like to go thrifting or antique shopping, this is a good sign that you can still fill your home. And like, how do you frame it? I wish Bobby Burke were here. Where you can fill a room with things to make it look bigger, for example, even though I don't think that's your main goal. But you can like make a room. I think for a lot of you just care about your home being very lively. So your money is mainly related to having a home of your own and having things in that home that are really cool. And like I'm just hearing a cool vibe, like thrifting, antiquing. So really cool, but I see that being meant for you. So not anything super big or extravagant in your home, but you can fill it with a lot. You'll probably spend a lot of money on the things you put inside your home. And maybe for a select few of you listening to this, it will be a home that you can flat out buy. Like you don't even need a loan or a mortgage on it. Or you can just put a big down payment on it so you don't have to pay as much for it. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm seeing for you all. Let's go over to romance. So this can relate to, like, even if you're already in a relationship, we're just going to see what shows up here. 2 cards. Whoa. Those were 2 cards that flipped over. For sure this one. This one, I don't think is... We're not going to flip that one over yet. But I think it's because it wanted that one to flip over. Whenever I shuffle for this deck, that usually doesn't happen like that. So I feel very strongly like it is that one for you all for sure. I feel like that's the main one, but I did 2 cards for the other people, so I want to pull a total of 2 oracle cards from this deck for you all as well. Okay. Let's flip these over. Awesome. Okay, well that's pretty clear. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this is a sign that if you do not have children, you likely do want children as part of your future. If you don't want children, this could be pet children, I guess, but there really is a strong emphasis. I mean, there is a pet right there, so probably, oh, and right there, the dogs, 3 dogs and 2 children. So I do want to say, though, there is a strong emphasis on actual, like, human being children. You likely will still, I see it being a lively home, so there probably will be at least 1 or 3 or however many pets as well. I do see that, but I see there for most of you, if not all of you who chose this, they're being physical children. You could already have children. This is just an indication of that. If you struggle with infertility, this shows that you are likely to have, again, I can't predict the future, but this shows that children will be in your future, even if you have to end up adopting or something. Why did I say it like that? Adopting or not fostering. I see you having like actual children, or like if you need to find other means. I just see you having children, so that's there. And then romantic feelings, I see you being like, I'm hearing the spark will be kept alive between you and your partner. Like, you'll go on date nights, you'll have a lot of fun, and I think you'll continue to go, oh my god, I feel like crying. I think you'll continue to cry. You'll continue to feel closer to your partner even once you have kids. You know, once people have kids, maybe not like right away. Like, having a baby or a young child can be very difficult, especially as a new time parent. You don't really know as much what you're doing until you're in the thick of it. But I do want to say that as time goes on, as your family expands, like once you have children and like the pets, I see it being such a loving, happy household. Like, that will make you closer to your partner, even though for most people, once they have kids, it's like they grow further apart and the spark kind of dies a bit. I see it being the opposite for you, and that makes me so happy. Oh, I feel like crying. Oh my gosh. This is so happy and positive. I love it. So yeah. Don't want to say that. Don't want to say that. Okay. I feel like I need to say the spirit is coming through strongly. It's interesting. For some of you, I feel like this is that what I just described is the case, but I was also hearing step parent, so like two children. Here's what that can mean. You could marry somebody or be in a long-term relationship with somebody where you are a step parent to their kids that they already have. Or you could divorce your partner, but then you could meet somebody who's very good around the kids and is good to you. That will not be everybody. Do not worry about, like, if that happens, by the way, like, it was meant to happen. I know it can suck, but I see ultimate happiness either way in your relationship, as well as the other person's, like, the parental figure involved, their relationship to their kids or your kids, and cohesively, like, together. I'm hearing family unit, a positive family unit. This top card feels like being pulled as well. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So yeah, I think I said, like, going on date nights and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you go on quite a few date nights and that's like what keeps the relationship steady. Especially if I feel like you could have a different work schedule than this person. So yeah, or just like work schedules have to change because of having kids. Maybe you or the other person is like part-time at work so that they can be more of a stay-at-home parent, kinda. Anyway, I want to pull here next. Okay, just an additional card. This one really wants to come out. Okay, that's crazy, because this is the one that came out for the other stack as well. Pile 1 that I already filmed. Okay, it says Iris. Wisdom, valor, courage, messages from spirit. Your courage will see you through, and look for spirit signs, reassurance. I think you get a lot of signs from spirit. I'm also thinking the color purple could be important. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you had purple flowers or irises, like a garden around your home. I feel like they want me to also pull another card. I won't place it down, but it's actually the one that was right next to it. But they want for additional meaning. Poinsettia. That's how I always said it growing up. Poinsettia. That's how, anyway. Celebration, cheer, success, joy, thankfulness. Today, let us be thankful for everything. And the time is here to celebrate your successes. So yeah, I just think you'll have a lot of, you know what I'm hearing? Like, you'll have a lot of wisdom from prior generations of people or your ancestors. I think family traditions will be very important for you. That's part of your dream life. Like, you could be the person who has a big Christmas gathering or a New Year's party. I see you being the person who, like, your children, they are the ones that bring their friends to your house more than they go to other people's houses. Like, it feels like your home will be, there's such a big emphasis on home. Your home will be the place to be. It will be comforting. And I see you just being, with the wisdom, messages from spirit, yeah, I think you will be guided to know what to do with your life, especially home life, because of how you were raised. It could be because of the positive things that you're bringing forward from how you were raised, or you'll consider the negative things and how you don't want to replicate that in your home life and in your family life now. Or 3, a likely option is it's a combination of all of the above. But I see it, your home, it will just be a super important place. And that's a big part of your dreams showing up here. Now let's pull 2 cards. How are we doing on time? Okay, let's pull 2 cards here. And these are the butterfly oracle cards for life changes. Support. See, I'm not surprised this is showing up too, because I think it goes both ways, where you will be a big support for others, but also this is showing that your community and like your family will be a support too. So maybe that's also the family ties showing up. Like, when you go on your date nights, your family, like their grandparents, your parents will look after your kids. I just see your community at large being a big support for you all. Sentimental feelings. And we have romantic feelings up here. See, I just see you being very grateful for this home life that you've built. And that will be because of, it's very opposite from 1A, even though it's the same card that was pulled, this one in the middle. But the feeling is that you'll just be so grateful for what you have because of the relationships more so than anything. Like, I know I talked a lot about your home, but what is a home without the people that live within it and occupy the space within it? And I think of those people who are like multi-millionaires who have big mansions and it's only them living there. Maybe their partner's there as well. And that's why I think I was also getting the messaging of filling up your space, where I think too, you view everything in your surroundings in your home as being like holding energy. So I just see you being very grateful, showing thanks for every single aspect of your home. But I think what really ultimately makes your life worth living is the connections you have, the family you build in the future. So for some of you, if children doesn't resonate, it could also even indicate like chosen family. Or like you could be a mentor for others, or maybe you're a teacher or something. But, you know, children, the youth are involved here in a big way. And I just see that being very grounding for you, actually, being around young kids. And also being around support. It makes me think of like in the neighborhood, families become friends with other people. and the people who you're surrounded by you can count on. I see you get your biggest support from other people who have families, and also like your family's coming together. It's very much like almost traditional in that way, even if you're not a traditional person, where you rely on your community relies on you. Oh my god, this makes me so, I don't think you understand. I feel like having a breakdown right now. This feels so happy and wholesome. My cat might be going inside of his litter box. If so, I'll have to pause it, but I just think, and see, even that, it's like everything that happens, even if it's annoying, like if I have to pause the video because my cat going into his litter box, it's like, that's okay, because you know what, it's like, the vibe is, I'd rather have my cat than to not have him at all. So if he has to use a litter box, that's fine, he has to use it. I just feel so happy. So really a big emphasis on family, the family you create, as well as the family you have, as well as support from your community, like other groups of families. Okay, now let's pull some additional cards. Pull a few cards here about this dream life. Oh, this is so amazing. And also with the chakras here too, it's like you'll encounter every emotion, every aspect of life, and you'll find it beautiful. Like you'll be able to reflect on life and be like, I lived life to the fullest, and I know I've had a positive impact on people's lives. And you'll want to set up your children's lives for success, and even when they fail, you'll be there for them. So, oh my god, I have chills all over my legs. I don't think you understand. I do not think you understand the full extent of what I am saying. Okay. I feel like okay. Nope. So this one flipped over, but I feel like it's this one that wants to come out. Yeah. Okay. What? Sorry, I hear my cat. I think he's eating. Okay, I was just making sure. I'm like, is he getting into something he's not supposed to? Yeah. So Knight of Gems in reverse, and then 8 of Gems upright. With this, it makes me think you won't have a lot, but you'll have as much as, like, you won't have a lot of things in life. You won't have a lot of money. You won't have a lot, like a big home, like I was saying. But Ace of Gems is saying that is enough. That's more than enough for you. That is perfectly enough for you, if not more than enough for you. You don't need everything. You don't need to have the most well-known job, you know, like to be a boss. I don't see you being a boss of your company, you or your romantic partner. Like, you don't need that kind of life. You actually really like the stability. There's like a balance of stability and chaos in your life. That's part of your dream life that's showing up. So one of these. Okay, Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is literally, it's like all of these are really connected, these cards right here. Queen of Vials. The Queen of Cups saying that you will be very extremely emotionally tied to your circumstances and your relationships, and you'll be very happy and at ease. Like, there's very much a maternal energy here too. So this could indicate you are a woman or you are AFAB. It doesn't have to be. But there's this strong, oh my god, I feel like crying. There's a strong femininity that's coming through, where your strength comes in your ability to nurture others, also to nurture your home. There's a lot of nurturing. That's ultimately like your dream fairy tale ending, is feeling like having a symbiotic relationship where you are nurturing to other people and other things, like animals, nature. And then you receive back from these people and these things and like these living creatures. You receive back because of what you give out. But it isn't that you need so much. You have more than enough. And it's about how you have more than enough, especially with how you feel. Like, you have so much emotions. You have so many positive emotions that you feel, and that experience is better than any experience you could have like outside of your bubble. Oh, this is amazing. I hope you enjoyed 2B. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if you would like to provide any updates for us all. You can check out my timeless pick a card reading videos on my channel, as well as my collective readings on my channel. You can check out my socials down, linked in the video description down below, which includes my 2 ASMR channels if you're into that. Either way, thank you so much and take care. Bye-bye. Hello, 3C, and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. Here we have declutter, and it says you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So with this, it makes me think the best way I can describe it is Spirit doesn't want for you to have a lot of money. They want for you to evenly distribute and share your wealth and resources. So this could be because you have a family, or there are people you need to take care of, so you don't really necessarily have a lot of money to spare for yourself. I know it's not necessarily what you'd want to hear, probably, but that's part of your fairy tale ending. Because here's the... Well, you know, sometimes, you know, you hear people say you feel better when you give to charitable organizations or when you share with others. I think it's interesting because I don't think a lot of you will actually feel that, even though that's what you're meant to do. It's a very interesting energy. So Spirit is saying to learn to lean into it and to appreciate what you can do for others, how you can provide for others. That doesn't mean you can't ever have money for yourself, but maybe it's not about living a lavish lifestyle. For you, it's about also if you have things, like if you have clothes you don't wear anymore, if you will continue to not wear them, it is better to donate them, to give them to other people. Because I think it's interesting, the things you want, I wouldn't be surprised if you have ADHD or ADD, but the things you want, you only want them briefly, and then it's like you don't even pay any attention to them anyway. So Spirit's like, there's things that you will accumulate over your life that you've already accumulated now that you can get rid of. They've served a purpose for a brief moment. This is also, and then yeah, you can get rid of them. And another person will be happy. But, I was going to say something. I think me saying that has made a lot of you feel like upset or sad. I'm sorry if that's I can't lie about what I'm seeing or reading here. There's something else I was going to say though. Oh yeah, this is also an indication from Spirit, like a word of advice is don't buy something that you won't actually use or that you won't actually appreciate, because maybe you want something because I think a lot of time, well, it's like maybe you want something you don't even really have an attachment to it, you just want it. And so Spirit is saying you don't always need things that you don't want, and you don't always need things even that you do want. It's about finding a balance. It's like what's something that actually serves a purpose, what's something that actually makes you happy that you will use or that you will fully appreciate. Like even if it's a decoration, will you appreciate it or will you continue to ignore it? I was actually just thinking about this yesterday about my tattoos. Like I was forgetting because I had pants on. I'm like, I was thinking about my leg tattoos. I'm like, wait, what tattoos are you even wearing? I'm like, oh my god, literally my favorite tattoo is on my left, outside of my left thigh by my knee. And it's a pair of like small little kitten heels with pearls draped over. That's always what I say is my favorite, or like my dragonfly chest tattoo. Anyway, I bring that up because it's like, I need to appreciate my tattoos more. I spent money on them and they're permanently on my body. So I can't even I could get laser, but I don't want to remove them. It's about appreciating what you have. So if there are things you don't pay attention to, that you don't like dust off, you just keep them tucked away somewhere, this is your sign and messaging from Spirit. You need to spend more time and energy being grateful for these things that you have, and then also still getting rid of things that you don't need anymore. Maybe some of these things are things from childhood, like childhood ribbons or medals. It makes me think of that because I used to be somewhere. I have a lot of those. It could be like old school books or an old journal. Maybe it served its purpose. You don't need to write in there anymore. You don't need to hold on to it anymore. You don't need to hold on to things. Okay, and I feel like that might even translate to relationship stuff as well for you all. Let's see. Your dream, your fairy tale ending as it relates to relationships. But yeah, you'll have enough. You don't need so much. You actually need to get rid of some stuff. That's part of what Spirit wants for your fairy tale ending here. And then you can hopefully appreciate these things that you have, that you do get even more. Romantic life, love life. For 3, did I say 1A? I don't know. 3C though. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. You could be a very flirtatious person in general. Or you're just somebody who people feel very drawn to in a romantic sense. Like roundabout, and people just easily hit on you, or maybe you easily hit on other people. And then this also showed up for, was it 1A? But anyway, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So maybe what this is saying is that I think for a lot of you, well, I'll say for at least half of you, you haven't found your person yet. And so if you are single, whether you're looking right now or you're gonna wait until the future, I'm hearing don't be afraid to like be vulnerable. Like I feel like you are afraid to express your romantic feelings for people. So the spirit is saying don't take dating or love life so seriously. Have fun with it. And that continues once you're in a committed relationship as well. So if you are in a committed relationship, spirit is saying, I think too, you easily look at maybe the worst case scenario, but spirit is saying don't focus so far into the future. I think that's part of what's showing up even here too, because it's like you feel like you need all these things, so then in the future you'll have things you won't need to keep getting more, but you'll always have that craving to get more, to switch things out. And as our personalities change, as our life circumstances change, our wants and our needs also change. So even like physical stuff in our environment, it's like, I don't need this anymore. Oh, now I need this instead. So maybe I should sell this so I can afford this. You know, things like that. Anyway, what was I saying? I feel like, you think of worst case scenario and you think forward to the future so much. So spirit is saying to have a more lighthearted energy, even if you are already in a relationship. Don't always think like, oh, this person, like we got in a fight, they're going to break up with me. This is also saying to keep it lighthearted, keep it fun as time goes on. Once you are in a relationship with somebody, that doesn't mean you should stop putting in effort. So spirit is saying that part of your fairy tale ending is being more lighthearted and less serious in your romantic endeavors. For some of you, this does also gives me the sense that you might not find like a long-term partner until much later on, if at all. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Don't worry about the future. Focus on how you can have fun now. You can still do stuff now if you want to. Like there's apps you can use to meet people. Like there's stuff you can do. You don't have to have like a plan and stick to it all the way for the rest of your life. You can alter it based off of your circumstances. So if you're not ready for a long-term relationship right now, then it's okay to just have fun and still date around, but not have anything serious. And if you are in a committed relationship, you want that to keep going, then you need to learn to have more fun and to be more lighthearted and to keep putting effort into it. Not just thinking because you have this person in your life that they're going to stay there forever. So that's part of your happy fairy tale ending is, if you're not like this already, switching your mindset around love and romance and those kinds of relationships so that they're more fun, so that you don't have to worry so much about the what ifs. Okay, now let's go to this card. I pulled the same card from this stack for 1 and 2. Piles 1 and 2. Let's see though. Anything you'd like to say? I feel like there's actually quite a bit from this stack that want to come out. They're kind of trying to like jump out, like leapfrog out for some reason. Leapfrog, play leapfrog. That'll be fun. Okay. Poppy. That's what it looks like. Okay, let's put it down here. It says Poppy, sleep, rest, peace, remembrance, history, relaxation, pain relief, family, home, property, history, research. Oh, this is perfect for me right now because I still am doing my genealogy research stuff. Sorry, this is about y'all. Relax and try natural pain relief methods. So I wonder if any of you deal with chronic pain. I'm not getting the biggest sense of that, even though the pain relief is showing up. I think the main emphasis is to relax because there is a lot of hypervigilance and worrying that's showing up here. So Spirit is saying to relax. And I think the remembrance history piece is coming up, and also even like the pain relief, because I think it's about the emotional side of things. I think there's probably like reasons that you do things the way you do, as I was explaining up here with the romance cards and the Angels of Abundance card. It feels like there's things you're holding on to, and that's where the decluttering needs to come in too. Maybe part of your family research is doing research on the heirlooms and the family stuff that was passed down to you, and then you can release them, you can get rid of them, or you can hold on to them, but give more energy and liveliness to those things. But also it just feels like there's stuff you need to do with past reflection. Also, I'm hearing like generational stuff too. Like if you talk to your parents about how their parents treated them, I think that could be very healing for you. So that's part of your dream fairy tale ending. Or, yeah, is that what I'm calling this video? Anyway, fairy tale ending, yeah. It feels like part of that for you is having, this is a very big keyword for you all, understanding. A great understanding, a deep understanding of your roots, where you came from, where your parents came from, and like family ancestry going back many generations. There's something called epigenetics, and that is the theory that what our ancestors have been through affect us on a biological and molecular level, where the DNA itself is not altered or changed. Like it's the same DNA, but how that DNA, I don't know if I want to say is structured, I'm not a scientist, but how that DNA impacts your life. Like that's being shown here. It's like if you have ancestors who were at war, and that will affect their DNA. Like if they haven't, like let's say they haven't had kids, well, even if they have had kids, maybe, I don't know. Okay, even if they haven't had kids yet, then let's say they start having kids after they come home from war, and then the genetics, the DNA is the same, but how that DNA is displayed in that child's life affects them, and then that ultimately is passed down and it affects you eventually. That's showing up. So do family research in that sense, get a better understanding there, but also your family history, like your childhood. It will be a good time to seek therapy. But this is also saying with peace, like the hypervigilance and anxiety and worry that's showing up, you need to find a way of finding better peace and harmony in your environment and within your own body and mind. With this, it's also decluttering your mind, being more of a clear thinker. So that's part of your happy ending, is being clear in thought while also being at peace. So you won't always have to worry all the time about things happening or not happening. Okay, let's pull cards for 2 cards for from the Butterfly Oracle cards for Life Changes deck. Okay, which one is it in here? Is it that one? Would I be okay with this going back in? Is it this one? Is it this one? I feel like it's both of these together. Body changes a new... Okay, I'll just do both of them. Body changes a new career. So I think this could indicate that your fairy tale ending will relate to you being somewhere else. This could mean doing something completely different for your career, or it could mean being somewhere locationally different. Like maybe you have a career established right now that you're very happy with, but then this is indicating that you'll eventually maybe have to go elsewhere, even if it's in the same town, right? Like this can indicate that, like being somewhere else that's different. There's something that's trying to come through. Oh, there's a specific message. I'm hearing you'll know it when you see it. I feel like Spirit doesn't want for me to elaborate too much on it. But yeah, you could completely do a career shift where you're doing something completely different later on, and it'll make you much happier as opposed to what you're doing now. But I mean, I'm just hearing like I know it says body changes over here, but I think, so maybe some of you do have chronic illnesses, or you'll have to take care of somebody who has chronic illnesses. All alleged for entertainment purposes only. You know, these things are coming up. So I just want you to know you're worthy of a good and happy life no matter what. And no matter what type of ailments you could potentially go through, you're still worthy. So I just feel like in general, though, those changes that you'll go through in life could relate directly to health, but also or like your family's health, but also other things. There's just other changes that will have an impact on your career. So maybe that will make you change careers because you want to, like in that kind of example, it's like you'll do something in the medical field maybe. You'll go back to school so you can do something there. Or it reminds me of people who become caretakers for a loved one who becomes chronically ill or who can't do things on their own. But either way, see there being even if you were to stay at your career and at your location forever, there's a lot of shifts happening within career that will completely alter your perspective. So I think that's why a lot of you will change career paths, if not career locations. Like if you have to move back to your hometown to take care of family, or so family can help take care of you. Like it's very much that vibe. So I know this is fairy tale ending, but I don't get this as a bad thing. This just it's just part of your life story is the way I'm hearing, but body changes as well. I think part of your fairy tale ending is definitely to embrace the changes your body goes through the aging process, through any ailments you could potentially, allegedly experience. There's a lot of newness, but with the newness comes change, and that means leaving some stuff behind, as we were talking about before, and embracing change, even if it's not necessarily ideal in the moment. A lot of your happy ending comes from acceptance. Not just understanding, but acceptance of what is, and just knowing that this is your life. So because it is your life, there are parts of it that maybe you won't ever learn to love or like, but you'll just have to accept and find ways to cope. So either way, your fairy tale ending is you'll be a lot better at coping from things, healing from things, like being okay with things that you cannot change. And then let's go to the tarot cards for any final messaging here. Okay. I feel like this top card wants to come out. That's 9. The 9 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, when this card is in reverse, it's all about no longer needing to worry. It's about just allowing life to happen. I see you being a lot more go with the flow as part of your like fairy tale ending, being a lot more just accepting for what is. And that doesn't mean you can't ever be upset. Of course you can be upset, but it's about how we cope, and you'll be able to cope a lot better in the future. And I think for a lot of you, it's like I see you breathing a sigh of relief with that. It's like, am I always going to have to be at the mercy of my thoughts or of my mental intrusions? It's like you won't have to be. It requires work and it requires effort and stamina. So that's why you need to rest too. It's like you need to find the energy to be able to do these things. King of Wands. Yeah, so you will go through a lot of changes in life. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it just neutral. And I want for you to be able to celebrate things that make you happy. Like, again, I'm not saying you can't ever be upset. Like, celebrate the things that make you happy, and things that make you upset, it's okay to be upset. But it's about, do you want to stay upset? Is there something you can do to not have to be so upset, like, forever? You don't have to hold, that's the thing, too. It's like you don't have to hold pain forever. Okay. And then the 5 of Cups. So I think you'll go through a lot of grieving in your lifetime, but I think you'll be able to learn to find the beauty in it. And I think part of the grieving is just lost opportunities, things that no longer are yours, like grieving process of going through what your inner child had, or like younger you had to go through in childhood. Does that make sense? And I just think this further insinuates that you'll be a lot better at coping and healing from things if you give yourself permission. You don't have to always be in pain. Tough things will happen, but you'll you'll find the beauty in them. Also, I think you'll be able to help others. That's part of your journey here on Earth, and that's part of what your dream ending, fairy tale ending is being able to also provide lessons for others, or storytelling for others. Like, this is what I went through. I'm going to tell you this so you know how to better cope, or so that you can prepare, or so that you can even prevent anything bad from happening. I think you'll be through a lot. I'm also hearing, if you believe in past lives, I think you'll go through a lot in this lifetime, that in any potential future or next lifetime, you'll have, the understanding keeps coming up, so a better understanding. So I think you'll have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder in this lifetime. You probably have already felt that. But also, the King of Wands is very strong. So the King of Wands is saying through these changes, you find ways to cope, and you find strength. And you also find strength in helping others. And I feel like pulling an additional card real quick to help clarify. Five of Cups. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, is clarifying the Five of Cups upright. I'm hearing you can't always get what you want. I think I was singing that song earlier in one of these other piles too, but that's the thing. I think you'll be okay with life being unpredictable, specifically is what I'm hearing, with life being unbalanced. Like, you'll find stability within the chaos. If you're looking for things to be fully stable, fully calm and peaceful all the time, and the peace is showing up a lot. Spirit is saying that amidst the chaos, you have to find peace. You won't ever likely be 100% fully at peace, never having to worry about anything. And if you are in find those moments, then, I mean, of course, sit in those moments, grasp those moments, internalize those moments. But with all the changes you will go through, with being able to cope better, that also means not only waiting to relax in the future when all these other things are done, not only telling yourself that you can be at peace once this one thing is accomplished, once you tackle this issue. Issues will always pop up, so what you will do, part of your fairy tale ending is being at peace, finding peace and finding stillness, even when life is hectic and crazy, and even when life feels out of control, because then you'll be able to rely on yourself, and you'll feel at peace in yourself and comfortable with yourself more than anything. And so you'll feel at home within your body, mind, soul, and spirit. And that's actually like a really beautiful message, I think, that I'm going to end this on. So thank you so much, 3C, for watching and listening to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if there are any updates you would like to provide for us all. You can check out my other timeless pick a card reading videos, as well as my collective reading videos on this channel, and all of my socials are linked down below in the video description, including my 2 ASMR channels if you are into that. Thank you so much again. Take care. Bye-bye.